Let me go into today's lesson. All right, so today's lesson, right, we are going to talk a little bit about something that we learned in primary 5 actually. All right, so primary 5 we learned about something called the order of operations. All right, so if you can recall, right, we will do the what? Must do the what? Must do the bracket first. Yes, yes. All right, then after the bracket is the multiplication or division. Remember this is the question that the teacher always trick you. Remember the Stanford Raffles question again, like I told you? Is Stanford Raffles standing like that or is it standing like that? Right, both answer is wrong. All right, both answer is wrong. Those type of question. Yeah. All right. So when teacher asks you after the bracket, you are supposed to do multiplication first or division first. Right. Neither is the right answer. All right. It really depends. It really depends on the order. Correct. Very good. Yeah, it really depends on the order. It's not about multiplication or division first. It really depends on who comes up first, who is on the left, and who is on the right. And after that, you do the plus and minus. Then your teacher will ask, you do plus first or you do minus first? Again, that is wrong way of asking. All right, it's again the order thing again. All right, who is on the left, who is on the right, and we always do from left to right. So that part we has been taught in primary 5. So in secondary school, right, we are doing that also. All right, because it's part of something called real numbers. Oh, we have another student. Woo! Asfa, we have a ladies in our room. All right, sorry, sorry, I get excited. Hello, Hannah. All right, I'm so happy to see you, Hannah. Oh my goodness. All right. So just now I was talking to Asfa about only having me and Asfa, two guys, so romantic, having math lesson on a rainy day. It's raining. Wow. Then after that, immediately Hannah comes in. Wow. Ex that's very, that is amazing. That's awesome. All right. If not, I have to romantic with Asfa. That is not right. All right. So Hannah, it's not raining at my house. It's not okay, okay. Because I'm staying in Yishun area. So Yishun area just started raining. Correct. All right. So just to let you know, Hannah, Asfa is having a little flu-like symptom. All right. He's not well. That's the reason why his camera is not on. All right. So for you, if you are okay and your camera is working, you can just turn it on. Again, if you have anything to say, you can actually go to the chat. I'll be able to see your messages. Okay. Are you okay with looking at each other messages also? All right, because I don't know. Sometimes you guys just want to okay, if you want to private chat me, right? You all know how to private chat, All right. But now I set it to everybody. Right. So maybe Hannah, you can when you say hello, right? Everybody can see that. Yeah. All right. So I put a chat on to everyone. All right. So for secondary school, right? Usually I will ask them for the permission. All right, because secondary school, you guys are old enough. All right. You just want to, sometimes when you are doing math a bit, all right, sometimes you just want to get a bit distracted. So you pop some question. Okay, I think that's okay. I think that's okay. All right, for now, for a small class. Yep. Okay. All right, so that's what I did for my Sec 3 also, just to let you know. All right, so Hannah, just now I was telling Asfa that today got lesson, next week also got lesson. After that, right, we'll be about 2 to 3 weeks of holiday. So you'll be celebrating Christmas with your family. You'll be celebrating a New Year with your family and all this. Yep. So those 2 weeks or 3 weeks there will not be any lesson. So after next week got lesson. After next week, I'll be seeing you in Jan. All right. So Jan will be the same timing and all this. Okay. So the administrator again will drop you the messages telling you to come for lesson and all this. Okay. All right. So today, right, I was telling Asfa that we are doing something called real numbers. We are moving into deeper real numbers, but really not that deep. It's because we are going to do something called a revision for this thing called the Bodmer's rule. Right. So what's the meaning of Bodmer's rule? If you still remember in primary 5, your teacher taught you this. It's something called the order of operations. All right. So we have the plus, minus, times, divide. But who do first? That's the question. All right. So later we'll be talking a little bit about that. And today, right, very importantly, we'll be talking about something called the multiplication and division of positive and negative numbers. These are very important topics. All right. These are very important, what you call the basics that you need to know, right, in Sec 1. Okay, come, let's take a look. All right. So before we go into anything, right, I always start off with some notes. All right. So if you can, please take out your exercise book. All right. So your exercise book, you can turn to a fresh page. All right. So normally I'll keep a A4 exercise book, third line. All right, with one single line equally spaced out. And I'll write down the notes for this lesson. Okay? All right, so this is the continuation of last week's lesson. So last week's lesson, right, very importantly, all right, I talked about something called real numbers. All right, last week, I talked about something called real numbers. All right. And I'm not going to talk about it again, all right, because Asfa has already written this down. All right, but I'm going to talk about something much more in depth, which is for today's lesson. Right. So for real numbers, right, usually, all right, for the 4 operations and all this, right, all right, we can do things like irrational numbers, we can do things like rational numbers, no problem. But mainly, right, we are focusing today, right, today we are focusing on something called the integers. What? Sure, what's the meaning of integers? All right, so this word integers, right, children, all right, integers, right, to me, all right, my own definition, Burns definition, right, this is Burns define. All right, Burns definition. All right, to me, integer means what? Solid numbers. Solid numbers. No fraction, no decimal. All right, no fraction, no decimals. All right, so today we will be focusing, right, on integers. All right, can the 4 operations be dealt with like fractions and decimals? Definitely can. Oh, you OC last week. Oh, nice. Hey, where do you go? Where do you go? Korea, Japan. Whoa, I was right. Yes, before you type in Japan, I was saying Korea or Japan, right? Yeah, right. Because like the whole Singaporean, everybody's like in Japan, man. Right? Do you see a lot of Singaporean out there? Yeah, correct. And the exchange rate for Japanese yen is very good. Right, the exchange rate for Japanese yen is very good. I saw 3 people from my school. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I thought you saw I thought you will see like a lot of Singaporeans, but not only do you see Singaporeans, you see people from your school. Oh my goodness. I don't know, is that sad or what? Right, seriously, I don't know, is that sad or what? To me, I think it's quite sad lah. Poor thing. Have to see you again. Oh my goodness. Yeah, sorry. All right. So it's good to it's good to go and explore the world, children. All right. If you have the chance, if you have the opportunity, right, go. Seriously, go. All right. Don't just stay in the country that you're in. Let's say in Singapore, we are too small lah. We need to go out and see the world a little bit, right, to see what they have. And Japan is a place where a lot of innovation, a lot of technology is happening there in the front line. Right, so it's very interesting to go over there to see how they function and all this. Even the vending machine, come on. All right, Japanese, they have the more vending machine than all the Singapore vending machine combined, man. All right, so anyway, I'm so jealous about for those people who are traveling, man. The furthest I go is for this year is Malaysia, JB. I'm so sad, across the bridge only. Oh my goodness. Okay, come. So integers, the integers to me, right, is talking about some solid numbers, no fraction, no decimal. And last week I came to say that integers, right, there are 3 categories. Right, there are 3 categories to integers. What are the 3 categories? All right, we call this the negative integers. We call this the neutral. And we call this the positive integers. Okay. So I even try to show a number line to Asfa last week. All right, so this is like a number line. All right, with an arrow on the right, means that the numbers will continue running forever. All right, the neutral, right? There's only one number, neutral, which is 0. 0 is the only neutral number. All right, so is 0 a positive or negative integer? So again, don't get tricked by your teacher. If your teacher say that 0 is a positive integer, is wrong. 0 is a negative integer, is wrong. 0 is none, correct. Very good, Asfa. 0 is in a class of its own. All right, 0 is special. All right, so it's neutral. There isn't a positive or negative to 0. And what do I mean by positive? Positive means the down here, right? Down here. All right, all these numbers down here, all right, and so on, right, is actually the positive number. It's just like a ruler, can you see not? 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. All right. And just to let you know, why is it called positive? Because, right, in front of the numbers, right, there's actually a hidden plus. +1, +2, +3, +4. Right, the plus is hidden. Right, the plus is hidden. Is there? Is there? It's just that we are so lazy. All right, we don't usually write it out. All right. So I always give an example. For example, the number 7. All right. I think Hannah attended one of my I think she attended some of the what's that called, the logical thinking, that lesson. Right. Logical and reasoning lesson. All right. And I did talk about this number. I did told you and Asfa also that the number 7, for example, is actually surrounded, you know. It's surrounded by what? It's surrounded by hidden items. Look, 7 is actually 7/1. Right, the over 1 is there, but it's hidden. We don't want to write it out because we are lazy. The decimal behind is hidden. It's there. Right, the decimal behind is there. It's like we can write as $7, right? Right. So the decimal dot behind is there. It's just that we never write it out. The plus in front is there. All right. Never write means it's a plus. It's there. It's just that we never write it out. And on top is 7 to the power of 1. Right. So 7 to the power of 1 is something that you will learn in Sec 2. Don't worry about that. Right. So all the blue color thing, right, is actually surrounding the number 7. And then for the 1 has a plus. Yes, there's a 1 that's a plus, correct. 0 is in the VIP list, correct. Correct. You're right, correct. So up, down, left, right, is surrounded. All right. Then maybe you all still recall all these little things, which is good. Thank you so much, guys. All right. And on the left-hand side, right, there is the what? There is also the something called a negative number. All right. So this one is like called -1, -2, and -3. And in the negative world, right, can I just show you the pattern now here? All right, this is called the negative world. Right, in the negative world, right, the bigger the number, the digit, the bigger the digit. Just the digit, right, the bigger the digit, the smaller it is. Understand or not? All right, in the negative world, the bigger the digit. For example, the 3, right? 3, the digit 3 is bigger than 1. So the bigger the digit, for example, 3 is bigger than 1. So the bigger the digit, the smaller it is because there's a -3. -3 is smaller than -1. Like AL score, oh my goodness. All right. So in the negative world, things are a little bit different, right? The bigger the digit, the smaller it is. But in the positive world, the bigger the digit, let's say 4. 4 is what? Bigger than 1. The bigger the digit, the bigger it is. Right? So the positive word is the correct word. Right? The negative word is the wrong word that it is in. Right? Everything will be upside down. Right? Everything will be upside down. There's one movie. I don't know you all got watch or not. I don't know. Netflix one at the time. There's these few children, they are stuck in the there is a few children. There's one child with got some special power, and if they go into I think into a tree, something like that, then the whole world will be upside down. It's just down there. It's just down there. But Stranger Thing, right? I don't know you got watched it before. Not Stranger Thing. There's about 4 to 5 boys, or 4 boys and 1 child. One girl. All right, the girl is the one that got a special power. All right, so every time she uses her special power, she will nosebleed one. All right, then what happened is that there's 2 worlds. All right, there is the normal world, and if you enter through a portal, it becomes the upside down of the world. Right. All right. I think that one is maybe y'all cannot watch it. I don't know. Is it NC-16 or what? sorry. All right. So the negative world, right? The bigger the digit, the smaller the number it is. Can? All right. Right, so why is this important? Because I need to show you that there's something called the negative number. Because when we do something called the 4 operations, right, we'll be handling the negative number. All right, so usually when I use the word negative, right, I use the word loss. All right, and when I use the word plus, right, plus is actually called a gain. All right, so sometimes you can hear me using these 2 words down here. All right, minus means it's a loss, plus means it's a gain. Well, what do I mean? Right, what do I mean? So for example, all right, I have this type of question.